Hey YouTube, here going to talk about things. I'm going to follow up from two videos I posted recently. One, my last video, reflecting on the challenges of, understanding the darkness in the world out there and having Halloween and a child who really enjoys the holiday and sort of navigating how to raise a child to understand the difference between the fun and games and actual darkness. And then the other is, I made a video recently and posted on my channel sharing and highlighting some of my paranormal experiences and what I experienced whenever I was a videographer on a paranormal investigation crew. In that, I made that video in particular to do a devotion for people in a recovery program. And from that, I learned a few things. I knew this, but it's just to really verbalize it, I think would be helpful for everyone. And the health of the world, if I just shared it. But in my devotion, I used a lot of citation from the Bible. I used a lot of Paul. Late in Paul's life, he was doing a lot of exorcisms and stuff. And he wrote the famous passage called The Armor of God, where you wear the armor of God to protect yourself from spiritual attack. He wrote that on his last mission to Ephesus. But just to highlight that, Paul wrote that understanding one thing is we are in constant spiritual battles between us and dark forces. And the enemy will use three ways of attacking us and manipulating us. One is actual darkness. There are actual evil forces all around us that we're in constant battle with. Two is our souls, which are driving our bodies, are in constant battle with this nature of original sin, this dopamine-driven brain that wants things that aren't good for us. And three, and perhaps most challengingly, the dark forces will manipulate people around us to influence us in negative ways. And the way for us to overcome that challenge is to focus on the dark forces themselves and not attack individuals. So that being said, it kind of helped me realize this sort of epiphany is this world we're living in is filled with people who are just being driven by these dark forces. So if you really want to change the world, yes, obviously you be kind and loving and be righteous in your ways and actions, but you have to pray, man. If you really want the world to change, it's these dark forces that need to end. And in that passage, Paul wrote, Armor of God, he said, the sword for your battle is the